Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good to see everybody up this morning. We have a live event once again, members only. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Desolations of the City. So, everybody that's been in tune with this channel, some of y'all might get it, some of y'all might not, but it's been a journey in episodes. Me giving y'all updates, live interpretation of what's going on. So, everybody that's in tune, let me rewind real quick. The year before last, 2 years ago, I spoke about certain scriptures. We just looked through the book. We looked through the scriptures. And I told y'all, in my opinion, how I interpret it as a script. The script is called scriptures because the shortening of scripture is script. So I understood that, this just something is, I'm going to tell y'all right now. For people that don't get my whole perspective on things, I have studied everything that is to be studied. I have went through every form of study. I have researched a lot in the search and pursuit of knowing the truth. And what I was trying to tell all of y'all, when I give y'all these hints about how it was a certain time when I changed my ways, I changed certain things, is because something happened. When I give y'all clues like certain things that don't work, now all I'm gonna say is this: I have studied. It's nothing on this earth that I don't know about. As far as when it comes to certain information that's available, you get it? That spiritual journey, that conscious journey, that journey of knowledge, that journey and seek for truth, I've been down every path. So it's not about what I practice, it's about what I know. Meaning I have observed, learned, did research. You get it? Because remember that too. See, that's people get messed up. It's not about your beliefs. It's not about what you think. It's about what you know. So just because I know something don't mean I practice it. Just because I know something don't mean I believe in it. But there's one thing, knowing is just half the battle, like you was told. So I even know about different things people might call evil. Like I said, voodoo, witchcraft. I know about a lot of stuff. But what I'm trying to tell you is, until I started to read one thing, until I started to read one book that's free. I always give y'all a clue. It's one book that's free. It's all around you. Till I read one book. No, let me make this clear, y'all. The way that whole book is set up, it don't matter when you pick it up. You might not understand it anyway. But all I'm trying to tell you is this. What people didn't get, that book is the measurement for everything on this earth. It don't matter your country. It don't matter your beliefs. Now, another thing people don't get about this country, when you hear stuff like this country was laid down with a certain religion, because that religion is the owner's manual to this country, whether you like it or not. Meaning, all the information is right there. If you go according to that book, you will be according 100% right in this country. So I always want people to understand that. It don't matter what country you come from. It don't matter your beliefs. If you're not in boundary of how this thing was written, see, that's why I say everybody was taught how to think, your perspectives on life. So when I say the word religion, everybody looks at religion. I swear, y'all, everybody's so brainwashed by code words. Religion, you're going to get in your feelings some kind of way. Religion. I just keep the word religion, see? I can say the word God. It's going to touch a lot of y'all soul. I can say the devil is going to touch y'all soul. Meanwhile, y'all never look at the simplest things of life that's in your face. That's a desolation of the city. Now, this also is for everybody who didn't believe things were real. So, once again, I went in the scriptures 2 to 3 years ago. Then I started to notice things started becoming like a church. And what I'm saying about church, people just want to hear stuff to make them feel good. People want to hear stuff to latch on to. People thought everything was just talk. That's why I wanted to get away from all that talking. That's why I want to get away from. I don't make desecration of the word. I don't play around with God. I don't play around with none of that stuff. Meaning, I'm not gonna just keep repeating stuff and repeating it as a fad, a gimmick to make money or to make people feel good, like this is a place of comfort. So you're gonna see this whole year, I didn't speak on no scriptures at all on purpose. Why? This year was a testing of faith. This year was to see who's who. So remember when I was talking the scriptures before, y'all, everybody was in the church, in the chat preaching all this church stuff, and then you're gonna see, as soon as I stopped quoting them scriptures, they ran. Because I'm telling you, y'all, what you call evil and so-called devils hide under good. Everything hides under good too. But what I'm telling you is, this year has been no talking. This year has been us watching execution. This year was for all those who didn't believe in nothing, didn't believe nothing. Meaning, I told you something, somebody told you something, but you didn't believe it. So it's a built-in disbelief in people's heart and mind. It's deep in their soul of not believing stuff. And the only way they're taught to believe it is when they feel pain, bloodshed, tears, sorrow, misery, poverty. And I said, this year, everything you love going to disappear. Did it not happen? So I just wanted y'all to get, it's not me. I always tell y'all, the information is in your hand. It's all around you. You don't want to acknowledge it. You want to live in a world where things just going to go away. It's not, it's everything is, and blame people. It's their fault. It's everybody's fault. Now you're going to look at what this is all about today. You're going to get a clue. Because 2026 coming in. And like I say, this year for me was, shh. It's time to let things take place. So I want to let y'all understand, the word is never to be played with, y'all. The word is never to be played with. So like I say, I'm not a religious person. I just do a reality. When I tell you, I respect all religions. I respect all words of righteousness. I respect all words of power. I respect all aspects of power, because that's what makes the world move, positive and negative. It's very simple. Before it was a thing called religion, before it was a thing called belief, it was always positive and negative. And then you got neutron in the middle. The neutron don't never know what's going on. The neutron never know what's next. Desolation of the city, y'all. All this stuff is way simpler than what people thought it was. Man got big-headed, humans got big-headed and actually thought they run stuff on this planet, and they thought whatever they believe in was going to save them. Their beliefs, their views, their behavior, their feelings, their thoughts, their tongue. Can't talk out of this one. All right? So let's just get into it. Desolate cities, for those who don't know what it means. You watching it. You watching cities become desolate in your face. But let's go. Curse of the Forgotten City. What is this talking about? Well, the cities we once knew are no more. So I always understood this. Me, in my opinion, I go off energy, I go off vibes. If I go to my neighborhood, where I was born and raised at, if I go there and it's a whole set of new people, new signs, new street, new names, that is a new place. The old neighborhood is gone, is dead. You thought things were just based on locations and physical. No. When the towers fell and a new tower was established, I always knew it was a new city. Same thing with a business, y'all. Same thing with a store. How many times you saw a business close and then another business open up in the same spot? It's a new store. New sign, new store. So, you get it? Even if that store had the same exact product, once they change that name and the people in that store leave, it's a new store. You got to understand the same thing apply to cities. Same thing apply to everything in your life. When y'all learn this concept of old and new, when you learn this concept of death and resurrection, see, it's a reason why people don't get what's going on in this world, because you never understood time, like I said. Biblical, prophetic context. We're looking at desolation. What does desolate mean? What does desolation mean? Consequence of sin. Prophets like Isaiah and Jeremiah describe desolate cities as a punishment for disobedience. Punishment for disobedience. Now, I know people are not religious. Let's take religious out of it. Let's take religion out of it. Consequences of sin. Consequences of doing wrong. Consequences of doing stuff you know you shouldn't be doing. Consequences of doing stuff you know for a fact is going to lead to your failure. But it's this thing called having fun, and I do what I want to do. And this thing called pride. I'm proud. So I do what I want to do. Okay. But just understand, it is a consequence of sin, or it could be a consequence of, let's look at sin as the wrong choice. The wrong choice. You got a test tonight. Tomorrow, you know damn well in the morning you got a test. You know you're supposed to study tonight, but you say, I'm going to go out tonight. I'm not going to study. Well, tomorrow on that test, you shall be paid for your sins. You're going to fail. You brought it on yourself. Now, you had a choice to do right. You could have studied. You didn't want to, right? All right. Simple, y'all. Everything don't got to be religious. Everything was made to be religious so you won't comprehend nothing. See, by everything being religious, you're going to say, oh, this and that judgment. No, common sense. If you don't study for your test tomorrow, that's a sin. You're doing wrong, and you know you're doing wrong. See how simple it is? That's how life works, though, y'all. Every judgment you make is a test. Everything you do in life is a test. Are you going to pass or are you going to fail? Huh? Now put this in your book. The more you do good, you're going to pass. The more you don't, you're going to fail. The more, meaning you're going to sin. When you do what's right, you're going to, oh, it's just simple as that. All right, boom. Meaning you can't always pass a test without studying. You can't, do you really think you're always going to keep passing like that? All right. So that's, some people play with their life like that. I call it freestyling with your life. You just go through life thinking you're going to do whatever you want to do. No consequences, and okay. Consequence of sin. That is what the desolate cities come from. Desolate cities is a consequence of sin. So these things were already spoken about thousands of years ago. So this is what I talk about. Books are free. See, if you was taught to look at that book as lessons of a bunch of facts written down that was documented. Back then they didn't have TVs. Back then they didn't have certain things. Certain things were written down. Oh, so-and-so, he just did. Well, this is stuff. To this day, you say what? I know this couple, right? They was together and this happened. And the next thing you know, the couple fought, they divorced. You gonna tell the story. Back then they wrote it down. All the lessons of life, how not to fail. See? I didn't understand the book till I started looking at it different. Guess what? Like I said, when I picked up the book, meaning I've been picking up I've been going through it. But when I picked it up from my own point of view, my own perspective, my own judgment, my own perspective of it, you know what? I'm going to look at this book as lessons of life. I'm going to look at this book as just basic right from wrong. Then I told you what? Even evil is in the book. Evil is all in the book. That's why I say the book is the knowledge of good and evil, but you was told that in the story of the garden. Good and evil. The Bible is the story of good and evil. It's evil heroes in there too. Get it? The wickedest of the wicked of the wicked of the wicked is in that book. Meaning, when you understand that, you'll understand wicked people. You'll understand good people from wicked people. You'll understand. It's a manual to humans on this earth. That's all it is. Tells you how to build scientific facts. Tells you how to build a boat. Tell you how to understand certain terminologies are all around you. It's nothing but zodiacs in it. It's nothing but everyday life. But it was a reason. It was the biggest test was who was gonna figure it out on their own and who was gonna go against it. And that's the whole secret of this whole book too. Guess what? The secret to the whole book is nobody can explain it to you. That's the number one thing. So people got to always understand that too. It's a big trick. Why? You're born alone, you die alone. You pick up everything else, understand it on your own. Why, when it comes to this one book, you always need somebody to tell you something? See? When you first picked up a porno magazine, you didn't nobody tell you that. When you first picked up a comic book, when you first started putting on makeup, you didn't need nobody to tell you that. Why, when it comes to this one book, it was one thing on this planet, you always need somebody to tell you something. That was a test. Who's gonna learn it on their own on this earth, and who's not? Who's gonna figure it out? Who's gonna stick to it? and who's not. It was never a forced thing. It was never nothing forced. It was who's going to pick it up, who's going to understand it. See, like when y'all get real religious, I look at it as lessons of life. I look at it like that. See, I focus on the message of the book, not the characters. You focus on characters and whatever you focus on. I focus on the lessons. So when you hear the story of a man of forgiveness, who later by some will be considered a great God to this day, I wasn't there, so I can't speak on it. But I want y'all all to understand. I focus on the story, the teaching, what was taught, the lesson within the story. Within every story is a lesson. The story is about a man that strives to walk a righteous path amongst so much evil to the end. He stood on it because he was the personification of good. Period. You want to be good? Here's your example of good. Here it go for you. That's all it was. But it became a big ass spectacle. It became a whole bunch. Like I say, everybody got their own interpretations. I got mine. My whole thing was I paid attention to that story of a man coming face to face with the devil. See what I'm saying? Because remember, within this story, it's a regular story. Then things become to another level after. When I talk about this, I talk about the story from the boy raised by the mother, the carpenter, the one that chose a certain path. I look at the story of the man. Get it? I say man because it played out in a certain form. With a mother. He had a mother. A mother. So if he had a mother, let me go into the story of this person on earth. Meaning, okay, it's not about me believing if it's true or not. It's about the story. Because in the story, it's a message. So it's a reason why people were taught not to read. Because you're going to think story. That's why I say that I tell you about movies. You're trained to think movies, entertainment. No, movies tell a story. And within the story is a lesson. All right. So when I'm telling you, you're taught how to think and perceive things from young. And as you get older, it's the same. So I'm going all of that to show you desolation, destruction, consequence of sin. Common sense. You keep drunk driving. What's going to happen? Yeah, you get away with it a lot. You keep driving and texting. You're going to get away with it. But by law, it says don't do it, right? Don't do it. But if you don't listen and you crash, that's it. That's a sin. You sin against yourself. You get it? You sin against yourself. Because you wasn't even respecting the bigger picture. See, let me break it down to you. You so focused on texting and you so in your mind you getting away with it. So what? But the day you crash, now you done ruined your life, your job, your family, because you wouldn't stop. You wouldn't stop doing it. So that's why I say it comes down to right or wrong as an individual choice. Some people to say, you know what? What's going on is not that important. I can handle this when I park, when I forget where I'm at. So there's different mentalities, y'all. Some people's brain is trained to go against, and some people's brain is trained to go with. All right. So imagery of ruin. Verses speak of gates battered into rubble and streets with no inhabitants. Streets with no inhabitants. So hopefully a lot of y'all getting it. I spoke about it the other day. I put it together. I said, nah, this ain't a mistake. Pandemic been over. No, the streets, cities are desolate now. These is facts. Desolate. You know that from the whole summer. And it's been more than one summer. But now you got proof. All right. Streets with no inhabitants. Hope for renewal. These prophecies offer end with promises of rebuilding, with cities restored to former glory. So remember when I gave y'all hints, I said, don't worry, when it's all over with, things going to be back good. I said things going to be better than ever. But I always said what? First, crime must go. Crime, code word, the sinners. The sinners that won't stop. Remember, you can be a criminal, but you can stop. It's called what? Get forgiveness. Change your ways. Right? When you're doing wrong, nobody needs to be told. When you're doing wrong, nobody needs a judge. Everybody knows right from wrong. So I gave people the clue. It goes back to how you was raised. You was raised right. But as you get older, you start to develop your own belief system. And some of y'all were raised in a fucked up belief system. So let me correct it. Some people were not raised right at all, which means it was not your fault. But what's everybody's fault? It's a certain point in your life you got to get it right with no more excuses. That's the part a lot of people didn't get. Once you get in your 30s, there's no more excuses. That's why you heard about scripture saying, when I got older, I put away childish things. That's part of, I started to acknowledge the truth, and I just started to do what's right. I understood that all that shit don't work. Because why? It's supposed to be out your system. You're supposed to get all that childish shit out your system in your teens, your 20s. 20s, your ultimate time to fuck up. By your 30s, you're supposed to start your path of trying to get it right. And it might take a while, but you start in your 30s. That's why when you're in your 30s, you don't need nobody to tell you shit. You already got your mind made up on what you're going to do. You're already set. But you didn't understand them 30s is your pivotal year. Yep. So, let's go. It's a price to pay for doing wrong, y'all. Going against the grain, playing around. It's a price to pay. Modern interpretations and realities. Population decline. Some cities experience slow depopulation due to economic shifts, leading to feelings of emptiness, desolate, no jobs. Urban decay, the hood deteriorating, the less fortunate deteriorating. Areas can become desolate due to disinvestment, no investments, crime, or abandonment, bandos, trapping out the bando. Detroit, all these bandos, get it? Remember the saying of bandos? And everybody was proud to talk about bandos, trapping out the bando. I be in a band department making money, all this shit. Okay, it's right here. Creating ruined spaces. Now you see in neighborhoods, why it's always been lots, emptiness, and already told y'all a lot of those lots in these neighborhoods were owned, left ruined on purpose. A lot of property was built. A lot of the ruined property you see in these neighborhoods, that land is owned by somebody. They left it desolate on purpose to keep the value down, and so nobody won't build nothing. Nobody's going to build on that block if it's a ruined situation. Get it? That block got a knocked down building, a burnt up store, it's messing up the whole block. No new store gonna come there. That was on purpose for some people. Yeah. Some people actually spent money to keep neighborhoods desolate. It's a fact. All right? Y'all homeowners in Detroit, guess what? We're going to keep a nice amount of bandos around there on purpose so your property never going up. Yeah, because they will tell you I was meant for you to get out those cities. The urban decay, urban decay. This is a modern interpretation of desolate city. Urban decay, not southern decay. City decay. City. The cities were the signs of decaying first. All right? Boom. Crime, abandonment, creating ruin. Don't forget, abandonment also meant a lot of y'all in these cities, in the city, going to feel empty. You're going to feel like you got nobody. Abandonment, no family. Abandonment, no lover. Abandonment, nobody listen to you. Abandonment, nobody talk to. Abandonment, no humans. See that when I say everybody's trained online, you're going to be growing without humans? You're going to become a robot? Abandonment. Abandonment. You're going to feel it. So when I tell you how you interpret these things, it's no judgment. You ask yourself these questions. Do you feel abandoned? Do you have feelings of emptiness? Will that let you know you're becoming desolate? Because first it's the cities, then it's the people. See, the reflection of the city being desolate, the city empty, then soon you're going to start feeling empty. Because the people are the city. So remember, I told y'all stuff like New York City, where I'm from, is one thing. The people is something different. And I told you, once the people of New York City change, it's not New York City to me no more, because the people are the city. See that? That's why when the city is empty, the next thing you know, start taking effect on the people of the city. Now you feel it empty. Now you want to see a familiar face, and you start walking through your own city. You like, damn, this shit feel empty. Where everybody I know at? Damn, where the love at? I ain't seen a familiar face in years. You damn, I wish I did see somebody from high school. I wish I did see somebody from when I was 30. Damn, where everybody at? Emptiness. Desolate. When you went to school with me, you'd be happy as hell to see my face. Just to see somebody from that area, you'd be like, damn, shit. That's where we at now. It's not a mistake, y'all. Everything you're watching is not a mistake. How the hell you was on this planet for so long? You knew so many people, but you don't see nobody like that. Or you can count on your hand how many times you see people you know. That's not normal. You knew people your whole teens, your whole 20s. You knew people your whole 30s. You knew people your whole 40s. Now you 50, you don't see nobody you know with their kids. You don't see no families growing up. Oh, I remember her from school. Oh, damn, she got a family now. You don't see that? Oh, that's bro from back in the day. Oh, look, you don't see none of that. It's not a mistake. How could you go all these errands and don't see people you know like that? I'm talking about you can go months, weeks without seeing somebody you know like that. That's not normal. Because you know before it's never like that. You know before you can leave a neighborhood 10 years straight, 5 years, come back. You're going to see a whole lot of people still like whole lot of come on, y'all. Y'all know. It's people that went in the military for years, retired, come back home, the whole neighborhood still there. It was a time like that. Now no more. Feeling the desolation, even in populated areas. See that? Certain districts or times of the day could feel empty, lacking life, because it's the people. Or comfort, a modern echo of the ancient concept. See, these are ancient concepts, but it going to this day. So like I tell y'all all, don't look at the religions, don't listen to me. You just look at the definition and does it apply to your life or do you see it around you? And that'll let you know if you're on the right path or not. That's why I tell you, that's why I want you to understand the internet is not evil. When I can pull this up in a search engine to verify. See, guess what else I tell you? Once I understand, another thing I don't tell people, when I did get back into the Bible, I got into it backing it by facts, meaning I was able to look shit up like I'm doing right now. So the internet, the computer, actually helped me to get a better concept of the Bible. Or what's real, what's not, what makes sense, what don't. And that has nothing to do with the people that do physical research. I ain't talking about that. People do physical research. People have spent thousands to go back to certain sites to prove certain things since Google Earth came out. We're not talking about that. My whole perspective of this book is the valuable lessons in it, the valuable stories. That's my perspective. The lessons. The book of fools, dummies, smart, wise, tyrants, wicked, evil, geniuses, everything's right there. The learning of humility, being humble. Then it shows you the lessons of the arrogant one. How arrogant people so arrogant get their whole city destroyed. You know what I'm saying? Whole city destroyed because they so arrogant, hard-headed. Yeah, it's all there, man. But y'all see, y'all throw just talking and just because you know it and just because you hear it, you got to understand it. All right? Nobody's going to teach you understanding. Let's go. Even in populated areas. So think about this. How the hell you in a city populated, but you still feel empty? How the hell is that? Because it's a spirit. The spirit of the people is gone. The spirit of the good people are gone. The people that made you feel happy, laugh, whatever, they're gone. Because guess what? The people could be like all the happiest people could have been around you, but if they're not happy no more because of desolation, they become desolate. Because now that funny guy in the neighborhood, he don't want to be funny no more. He got real bills going on, real situations. Shit ain't funny no more. Because he's feeling the pain of the city. Yeah. When I understood one thing, people gonna be destroyed because everything they love gonna disappear. Keyword of disappearing means desolate. Meaning the fun you had in these cities. Your clubbing, your partying, your restaurants, your comfortability, your convenience of everything around you, able to do this, able to do that, whenever you want, whenever you feel like it. Your whole life is a system of do whatever I want, whenever I feel like it. I got my little way, and I'm going to stick to that. That was all the setup. Because Everybody needed a motivation, a moral compass, and some type of balance in life. Life is never freestyling. So let's go. Cities are desolate describes urban areas that are empty, ruined, and lack of people or comfort. Don't forget comfort, y'all. Mean if everybody's around, no matter your neighborhood, it's no comfort. Comfort means nobody can help you. There's nobody to help you. Nobody to help you do nothing for you. Let's go. Often due to war, economic collapse, or divine judgment. Let's go on to the ways cities be desolate one more time. Different ways. They could be ruined. Now, I also want you to think, when I say these things, think everything happened this year. They could be ruined. Lack of people getting rounded up. All right. Cities evacuated. Or comfort, often due to war. Now, you know, it's also a lot of drug wars, a lot of crime wars, a lot of gang wars in these cities. It's the reason why they're desolate. Everybody's going to prison. Economic collapse, finances, it's not a lot of jobs, or divine judgment. So see how it gave you all examples from physical to financial. Last one, spiritual, divine judgment. But y'all didn't get about divine judgment. Let's get this word judgment out the way today so a lot of y'all will get it. Judgment does not mean what I think of you. Judgment does not mean me judging you. Judgment means you judge yourself. You are judged when you didn't do all the stuff you meant to do. You meant to do this and you meant to do that, but you didn't do it. So it's a judgment on you. Huh? Financially, they put a judgment on you, right? You say you was going to do this. You say you was going to do that, but you ain't do it. You judge yourself, guys. Another the biggest trick ever. Everything you thought was outer is inner. That's the whole science of backwards. You're going to go your whole life searching out, and you ain't never going to check one thing in. And everything in, you're going to deny it because you ain't going to be able to see it. You're going to say, why are you trying to judge me? You trying to judge me? No, you judging yourself. You just worried about me judging you. No, judgment is something you put on yourself, guys. Let's go. Told you, man. The beauty of the language is the truth, far as the meaning is already in the word. That's true. You just got to understand it. So when I say the fun of the, like I say, for real, I can have fun. You can have fun just sitting back looking at all the English words and just trying to decode them. Like, see how it says judgment as seen in biblical. You got seen, and then you got a movie scene. Movie scene is spelled one way. But guess what? A movie scene is still something that happened already. That was already what? Seen. See? I freestyle this shit, y'all. That's what I do. Always in your face. Words. That's why I say it was a reason why they want people to read. It was a reason why they want you to be dumb. The reason why they wanted you to look down on you ain't gonna know English language, you ain't gonna know math, and you ain't gonna know science. How the hell you gonna live in this world? Don't make sense. Do it. So let's go. Check it out. Economic collapse or divine judgment. So as you see right here, divine judgment that you put on yourself. When you was raised to do this, you were raised to do that, you was taught to do right, and you start doing all these other things. Nobody judge you. You judge yourself. You made choices. Your choices had results. And your results was what you had to deal with. It was your judgment. Same way, when you did good, when you doing everything right and you got shit for your life is going good, you sit back and say, man, I did this shit. I did the damn thing. I did it. You judging yourself. You saying, man, I did a good job. Man, that car got, man, I'm doing my thing, man. I'm feeling myself. You judging yourself right there. But see, you don't want to do that when you're doing wrong. When you did bad or when you effed up, you don't want to do that. See? This is the reality, y'all. You never going to understand good or evil. You're going to praise evil. You're going to deny good. You're going to just see good. You're not going to see evil. You're going to pick when you see which side you want to see. You're going to be all over the place, which means you have no reality of no measurement. You have nothing. All right? That's how life works. While historically linked to destruction, the concept also appears in modern discussions about population decline. Population decline. The modern ways you'll hear it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, when I do members only, I don't want nobody to feel like I don't acknowledge them, but I like to keep going. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate everybody on this channel. This is when I got to put in this work for y'all. You feel what I'm saying? This is when I got to earn my keep. Let's go. So, right? While historically linked to destruction, the concept also appears in modern discussion. See, recently everybody been talking about what? Population control, population. And I've been giving y'all a clue. I said you're watching population control right now. You thought it was going to be, oh, they're trying to kill us. They're trying to, population going to wipe us out. No, you're going to wipe yourself out. Check it out. Historically linked to destruction, desolation. The concept also appears in modern discussion, 2025, about population decline. Gentrification. You know they're gentrifying the neighborhood. You know the neighborhood, they didn't know they were gentrifying everything. And you know, you see all that talks, all that talking, right? Bingo, check it out. Or the ghost feeling in certain parts of the city. Certain parts of the city, it's a ghost feeling, empty. These are all the things I've been talking about the past year. Highlighting emptiness, decay, loss, yet also hinting at potential restoration. So as I bring you the energy, understand everything is always negative and positive. Positive is always both. When I told you, you're trained to always focus on negative. But after the desolation is when the restoration comes, the good shit. But everybody that's desolate, they're not going to see it. Everybody caught up in the rapture desolation, they're not going to be the ones to enjoy it, y'all. So when I said you got to separate yourself, because there's certain people, they're going to fail, they on their way out of here, and they want you with them. They don't want you to know that things going to be beautiful for you, because you the one that made it through the bullshit. Every bullshit relationship you've been through was for a reason. Every sin of failure you went through was for a reason. Now, the only thing going to separate you is, did you get it right? Everybody that didn't get it right are the ones who are caught up in the desolation, y'all. That's all it is. When nobody told you to stay in these cities, nobody told you to wait on these systems, and they knew the number one sinners rely on the system. They knew that already. When I said it ain't what you believe, when I say stuff like people worried about the Illuminati, you worried about this, you worried about this person, that person, I said, fam, they go by a script. It ain't about what you believe. It's about what it is. So I'm going to tell you today, not a reason they take oaths on that Bible. It's not a reason if you're a Mason, you're going to take oath. Right? It's not a mistake if you're a Shriner, you're going to take oath. That book going to be right there, Eastern Star. The book going to be right there. But the thing is, you're not going to know how to use it. You're not going to understand it. And this is why I tell you with the false light shit. Because when you run with it, your life goes smooth. Meaning no such thing as you going off the path. Ever. Because you always got it. You always got a guide. See that? Now ask yourself, how are these cities so desolate when these cities were filled up with all these so-called builders? See that? But what they were building were evil empires. And the evil empires are being destroyed because these cities were the foundations of evil empires built in modern times. We're not talking about back in the day. All modern empires of evil were built recent in these cities. Like I keep telling you, when they gave out a bunch of tools and they gave out a bunch of knowledge and it was not used for nothing, that's why it's desolation now, y'all. Meaning, I'm not no damn judge. The world, nobody's judging nobody. People are judged by their own works. Get it? That's what this is about. But the way the reality was going to play out, you're going to be pointing every which way but yourself. And that is the trick of the master deceiver. That's what it's all about, y'all. So I'm gonna just tell y'all what it is. When I tell y'all, we're in a different time now. Those who know would know, and those who don't. It's a reason why I stuff desolate. When I told people stuff like, yo, just stop talking. Just stop, just shut up for a minute. Just be quiet. And I was trying to tell people, just take time out to try to understand what's going on instead of talking so much. Because that talking is making it worse. If they say the tongue is the sword, you look at it like some people, every time they've been talking, they've been fighting. They've been trying to fight. They've been trying to go against what's going to happen anyway. They've been trying to fight to the last moment, but that ain't going to stop nothing. That's why I'm trying to tell you, this shit different. You bringing a sword, but that sword ain't going to do nothing right now. Because swords don't stop your city from being desolate. It don't. Certain things must be done. But being that, like I keep telling you, certain things, people never change, y'all. Change. That's the change. What's the change? The rebuild is the change. The rebuild. The rebuilding. When you got to say enough is enough, man. Shit is fucked up, man. Damn. Everybody can't be fucked up all the time. Everybody can't just be destructive all the time. Somebody got to do something right. Somebody got to try to rebuild shit. So why you kept hearing all these stories about the rebuilding of the temple? Trying to get back to perfection. Trying to get back right. Nah, yeah. You're going to be trying to rebuild. People going to try to knock your shit down, but it don't stop. So the reality of it is the real people understand what this is about. When I say certain people going to pay more than others, certain people was raised different from others. When I say stuff like, if you was raised with a certain information, some of y'all going to suffer more. If you was raised to be righteous, meaning you were raised under certain things, and you went against it, you're going to suffer more. It's set up like that. It tells you, fools are spared. Were you really a fool? And your parents told you everything right? You come from a family of certain behavior, and they taught you everything you're supposed to do, and you went against it. Of course your life going to be the way it's supposed to be. Because you don't want to accept it could have been somebody in your family that knew way more than you, but you thought you were smarter than them. Nah, it was already laid out for some of us, and I'm saying it for a reason. Las Vegas Strip, see that? Desolate cities, y'all. Empty. New York, empty. California, this as we speak. California, New York, as we speak. Now, you see Vegas, we spoke about that. I just want to try to get it's for a reason. In a sea of empty, desolate offices, high-end Atlanta towers remain above water. Atlanta's abundance of unwanted office space exceeds record yet high, but the richest workplaces still in high demand. So I want to try to get, you see how the whole Atlanta sensation is over? Nobody want to talk about it. So I want y'all to get it. Remember, it was a bunch of partying and happiness and all this stuff going on in Atlanta. But now you're going to see they desolate now. And they also telling you from the businesses to the streets to any level, desolate. Why is it desolate? Well, they told you Atlanta was a majority. What city? Well, just know majority of them are gone. Desolate. Then the ones that's there, they're going to feel it even worse. When I said the people in the South got flipped out the most, the people in the South going to feel the pain the most. Because most of the South was raised. Most of them was raised with that book. Right around. But they thought it was all cliches like a Tyler Perry movie. No. Consequence of sins describe desolate cities as a punishment for disobedience with burnt buildings, ravaged fields. You just seen crops, land burning, homes burning. You seen it all. Huh? You seen land burning. You seen Malibu burning. You seen a lot of places burning. Disobedience. Burnt buildings. How many buildings you see burning to this day? Some people going to say, you know, the landlords burning their own building. Maybe could be so. You know, that's an insurance scheme. Could be. But just know, burnt buildings. Ravaged fields also mean nothing going to grow. And foreign invaders. Foreign invaders represent consequence of sin It represents your city being desolate. Foreign invaders, when I gave y'all a clue, it's a reason, Atlanta. It's a lot of people in Atlanta that's not from Atlanta because they took over your city and made it desolate. Where if I went back to Atlanta, went to go check one of my friends, I'm going to see a whole bunch of foreigners. That was part of your sins. The gates were open and your cities got overpopulated, meaning they not desolate or your people going to be gone. You going to be desolate. All right here. Let me make it for you again, y'all. When I told you it's a script. Biblical and prophetic context. Consequence of sin. Prophets like Isaiah and Jeremiah describe desolate cities as a punishment for disobedient, all right, for disobedience. Also about the book, like I told you, I don't deal with the book how people want me to look at it. So you want me to just focus on one character and not this one and that one and this one, and I'm both the, no, I look at the whole shit because they all have something to say. So, mind you, when we talk about prophetic shit, what we're talking about, excuse my language, but they were going off what they were seeing at that time. And they were saying, yo, that city about to fall. They foul over there. That city, man, they about to collapse. They were saying it back then. Man, over there, they dirty. Man, that city, man, they filthy over there. I ain't going back over there. That's what they were writing down. They were writing down stuff as they saw it. It became lessons. When you see a desolate city, this is how it's going to look. These are the clues. So I'll tell you, this is how it's all written. See that? Fulton decab, population shrink for the first time in more than a decade. All they got left is Housewives of Atlanta on TV. They had nothing else. When I tell y'all these cities were designed to be prisons, I tell y'all, it's certain people that knew exactly what these cities were for. Hey, down south, somebody knew that this city called Atlanta was going to bring all you Southerners to their place, all you Southern belles, all you Southern church people. They knew Atlanta was going to be the city that's going to flip your ass one way or another, whether you go there or you follow the culture, the behavior that was taught to you on social media. The New World Order device, the device that made it all come together, the device that made all sinners as one, the device that made all rebellious spirits as one, because the fulfillment could not be fulfilled until they created social media. That was the device to link all people around the world with the same beliefs to be on one accord, on one planet, under one system. Now that one system has been judged. It don't got to be religious. Let's break it down. The city of Atlanta said enough is enough. The state of Georgia said enough is enough. See who your God is? All right. Tell you everything ain't religious. I say that for the religious haters. I got to let you know it ain't nothing religious. All right? Tell them about Atlanta one more time. In a sea of empty offices, high in Atlanta, towers remain above water. People was on this channel from Atlanta. How many times I told them about Atlanta punches? How many times I told them what's going to happen? When people was online talking about Atlanta, I said when I went to Atlanta on my own, about 2013, 14, I seen that shit for myself. And I was not no damn visitor in a car partying for the weekend. I was out there on the ground. Get it? I was out there for a minute. And I was like, nah. This ain't it. And I've been to, guess what? I told people, family, I've been to plenty places down south that's better than Atlanta. Period. Period, y'all. Period. And I don't gotta say them all. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the secrets of the South, too. The secrets of the South is the real beautiful of the cities of the South, they ain't want y'all to go. They want you to ever know about. So you're gonna go to Atlanta and you're gonna go to Charlotte. Atlanta and Charlotte were the two cities in the South designated to be destroyed or authorized. Let them tear up them cities. They ain't fucking on us. They're gonna go there. You can go to Charlotte, Atlanta. Those gonna be their designated cities to fuck up. Get it? Same thing with Texas. You can fuck Houston up and certain, you know you ain't fucking up Dallas, certain part you ain't fucking up. So on purpose like that. When I tell you, certain cities were designed for what they're supposed to be. Now use your brain about cities. If you notice about cities, people just work there, but they don't live there. You live there. That's the part you don't get. The cities always were what they're supposed to be. Like I tell you that. They for making money. All right? See that? Cities will be desolate. Chicago. It's a reason for that. The home of Demon Town. In the Bible, trespass mean. Let me show you what trespass mean. You thought trespass mean just standing on property or violates my porch. No, y'all. When you violate a human, you're trespassing. When you don't have a moral compass, you're trespassing. You're always out of bounds. Out of bounds is trespassing as well. Let's go. In the Bible, trespass means going beyond boundaries. Did you know that? Did you know trespass? When somebody say, give me 6 feet, give me my space. You violating. Trespassing, violation. Get it? See that? Bingo. Show y'all, man. I want y'all all to get how you thought you knew certain words, but in a book, it means something else, or some people never got it. So I'm saying, look, trespass means going beyond boundaries, violating laws. Guess what, guys? In America, you're always going to be a foreigner. You're always going to be considered trespassing because you always violating laws. You always violating laws mean you don't appreciate this country. You're not from here for real. You always going against the grain. You always trespassing, doing some shit, violating laws. You didn't know that. By you keep being arrested, by you proud to being a felon, it really meant you're a trespasser here. You're not a real American, fool. You're a felon. You always violate laws. You real American citizens that from this soil, they don't violate the law. They don't hurt people. They don't do this. They don't do that. They just fly straight. See, did you know that? Told you everybody proud of prison and jail. No, I'll tell you the reason behind that. You keep co-signing while you're a damn trespasser. Let's go. Trespasser means going beyond boundaries, violating laws. That's when you proud to be a felon, you proud to be a person that goes beyond boundaries and violate laws. When you're proud of prison, proud of being a criminal. See that? That'll show you how the world judge you. Look at you. Committing a wrong act. This is called a trespasser. Committing a wrong act. Often a false step. See that? It ain't just stepping on my foot. A false step in life, you trespassing. Stumble. When you fucking up in life from the right path. How did you know that was trespassing? Did you know that? When you walking on this ground and you doing everything wrong, you taking all these false steps, every little step. See that song? You taking all these bad steps. You stumbling, falling on your face. I'm slipping. I'm falling. I can't. Because you know why? He's telling you, you're not on the right path. All these wrong acts kept you taking all these bogus steps, kept you stumbling, falling on your face, because you're going off the righteous path. And you've been trespassing a lot. Yeah, you've been trespassing on God's green earth. Yeah. So the earth got ways of getting rid of you. Earth got ways of getting rid of you. Make your neighborhood desolate. Make your field desolate. That's the earth getting rid of your ass because you are trespassing to this earth. All you do is wrong shit. You always doing wrong. So you see that, right? Okay. Trespass means going beyond boundaries, violating laws. God's laws or human laws. Told you, everything is not religious. Meaning, you a foul person, you always doing people wrong. What you think you're going to get in the end, fool. You're going to always be homeless. Because you never trespassing means you're never going to have shit neither. You're never going to have nothing that's yours. Always going to be trespassing. See that? You can get over on people sometime, but in the end, when I always told y'all, no, it's a reason why people are homeless. It's a reason why people suffer on this earth. It ain't no such thing, y'all. When you get to a certain point, you control it. But if you don't change, you ain't control nothing. See that? It's meant you're going to stumble, fall on your face, homeless. When you did what? Check it out right here. Stumble from the right path. The right path, the righteous path. What's right? It ain't religious, it's doing what's right. When you go against the right path and you have been what? Encompassing sins. See that word, compass? See that? You've been encompassing sins. You've been keeping sins all within your boundary. You're supposed to keep sin outside the boundary. You've been keeping them in. You know what that's called? You keeping your bullshit going. You keeping, there you go. So this shit went on for so long, it caused destruction, y'all. It's called an imploding house. It's called a burning house. That's what happened. I'm showing y'all energy. When I told you, you tricked to live a life, but the life you live is tricked to destroy yourself. It's going to implode on you. Because you live a life of encompassing sins. You ain't getting over nobody. You destroying yourself every day. Nobody judges you. You the one encompassing the shit. Guess what? I don't even know what you're encompassing. I don't know what you got going on, but you the one got to deal with that shit. Because you so far off the right path, you have to encompass your sins now. Meaning you're so deep in it, that's it. So when you look at millions upon millions of people living like that, now you're going to see why it's desolate. Thank you very much, Black and Free Thinker. Thank you. Also, thank you very much for the Christmas gift, bro. Thank y'all all for appreciating this content. Because like I say, we at another level now. Now it's like we going forward. I'm going forward. And I'm just giving y'all information. And I want people to get closure on why things are the way they are. And you don't got to believe. Don't believe me. I'm just telling you. Thank you very much. So when people stop this blaming shit, that shows you delusional. That blaming shit. All right? That weirdo shit. That's called mental weakness. That means you, like I say, that's all that's fantasy shit, y'all. Not acknowledging what's real. All right. Encompassing sins, offenses against people. You got people did so many people wrong, y'all. They've been trespassing on you, doing you wrong, breaking trust. It requires confession and restitution, but they don't want to do that. So you got to understand this too, see? When you a good person and you dealing with dirty people, you letting dirty people trespass amongst you. You letting foul people live amongst your midst. So I want people to understand, your life is the way it is for a reason. What are you going to do about it? It ain't about nobody else. This is why I'm going to show y'all. This is why people not going to get no help. This is why the EBT got cut. This is why a lot of stuff going on, because people know what's going on. It don't matter if I worship the devil. Y'all was supposed to be doing it. That's how it's looked at, see? Don't worry about other people do it. Y'all the ones so-called was supposed to live like that. Why did you live like this? Why did y'all go? Why in y'all city y'all live? But I told you, it was a study of 100 years. Y'all ancestors went to those cities from churches. They left the church for a so-called fun life. They left the church for a life of sin. And they lived in these cities under sin and had kids out of wedlock and created generations of sin. So I told y'all this was the judgment. Those generations never changed. This is not my opinion. Look, y'all. Look. Thank you, RT Bell. Thank you. Thank you so much. It ran in your family, a Facebook post, meaning all in your face, all around you. Ain't just in no Bible. It ran in your family until it ran into you. God says you've been anointed to break the cycle. Generational curses start with you. See? That's why I told y'all, I gave you all the clues. You got to leave your family alone. Because you the one that encompass all this shit for your family. You the one that keep the shit going too. See? This is why I was telling y'all, guys. It is no such thing. See? That's the whole concept of being a builder. That's the whole concept of the perfect stone. How the hell you a perfect stone, but you always around all this fucking rock, this rocky ass shit. You always around trash. See that? You supposed to be dealing with so much perfection, but you always around so much dirt, so much filth. Get it? You supposed to be this builder, but everything around you is destruction. All you participate is in destructive shit. Your family got nothing to do with it. Your family the ones that knock your ass down every time, but you still around them, right? That's why people lost. You encompass, you actually keep the shit going. You keep the bullshit close to you. That's your comfort zone. See that? That's why people destroy themselves, y'all. That's why these cities are desolate. Now you're going to see it. Cities, right? It's family. Yeah, your whole family there. Y'all been there your whole fucking life, right? But somehow y'all city dead as hell. Somehow y'all ain't got no more life. Somehow y'all don't get together and smile no more. You know why? The generational curse is the generation destroyed themselves by following a system of failure, destroying each other, trashing each other, doing this, whatever it was. It had nothing to do with coming together. It had nothing to do with building. It had nothing to do with perfection. It had nothing to do with trying to make things better. It was everything opposite. Excuses, right? All this bullshit. Nobody wanted to get, even when it came to the physical world, what people say, I don't want no therapy. I ain't seeing no doctor. I ain't crazy. Meanwhile, people say you're crazy. You're crazy because you won't get help. Crazy is when you won't acknowledge shit. When I say some people need religion, some people need therapy, y'all. Some people need certain shit. It's okay. But your pride kept making you think, I don't need this, I don't need that. But you get all your information on the damn internet like a goddamn idiot. So it was a plan, y'all. You're going to deny everything. But you're going to believe influencers. You're going to believe that shit 100,000. But you just didn't get in the end. When I said damn every influencer, their job was to make your ass go off the cliff. Because they want you to be off the cliff with them. Told y'all, man, we just been through the illest test ever. And this test, it got shit to do with just man. It was about people, period. It was about who. It was about what you gonna do, what side you on. Let's go. Let me show y'all something. Check it out. Let's go. Boundaries. Boundaries. Criminals. What's the boundary? They didn't get the boundary. Man, you ain't got to take no life. Family, I might have been in the streets surviving, but I never took a life. Ever. So you know what that means, right? That's between me and God. I don't care what nobody else think. Meaning, I never went too far, y'all. I never went outside the bounds. I never went too far, y'all. I always knew about certain shit. I always knew that. Yeah, you can take a life today, but one day you'll pay for it. Guess how you also can pay for taking somebody's life. You might suffer the rest of your days on this earth. Y'all didn't get that neither. It's not meant for everybody to die. Some people, punishment is to suffer every day on this earth. That's some people punishment, y'all. You might have did some foul shit back in the day, and nothing you ever think about is going to go right for you ever. It's like that until you fix it. But I ain't never take no life. Taking a life, you're trespassing. All right? Let's get into the other stuff. Positions of power. All right? Positions of power. See our neighborhoods? See our neighborhoods, right? You see how y'all want to be so a part of society so much? You want to be a part of this, a part of that. But this is what y'all been doing. And y'all been doing this so long. But you wouldn't do one thing. I'm going to say it again. You want to live how you want to live. You want to do what you want to do. You want to see things how you want to see it. I'm getting this money. I got a good job. I need me a man. I'm trying to get some ass. Want to have fun, sex, hotels, spend money, restaurant, party, weed, gun, rap, BT, all this shit. Now what? You did everything, but what? One thing. Or you didn't have the same energy for everything equally. That's the science of the moral compass. The compass measures everything equally. So what? I party every fucking day. I take care of my business 5 times better. What you want to say about that? Matter of fact, you can't even judge me anyway, idiot. I run this shit. But see, this is the thing what people don't get. Once I'm sloppy, once I'm reckless, I give y'all the right to judge me because I'm out of bounds. It's a game. When I'm out of bounds of my realm of perfection, you have the right to destroy me and criticize me because I put myself on that level. It's very simple, y'all. If I'm at the top of the level, if you can't touch me. But if I stumble and fall, you can't kick the shit out of me. It's law. It's law, y'all. It's what it is. You don't fall out of stairs for people not to laugh at you. No, it's okay. It's up for me to deal with the shit. All right? Accepting what? Man, these cities, all we gonna do is die. Man, we gotta go somewhere else. All right, then. When you seeing that shit, the 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010, 2020. Oh, shit. It becomes cool. Yo, you know so-and-so got killed last night? Yeah, man, they blew a head, man. That blood was outside, man. They had a whole bunch of shots. Yeah, man, that shit was, I'm telling you, man, that shit was like a movie. Now you're so used to it, you're going on with it. You are so far off. Flipped. See it? You see it now? It was already going to be desolate, y'all. Let's go. I'm showing you. This ain't just the streets. It's legit. See that, officer? See that? People didn't know what righteousness meant. Righteousness just means doing the right thing when nobody's looking. That's what righteous means. Doing the right thing, no matter if nobody's looking, period. And that's why I always tell people, you can't get accused of certain behavior if you don't participate in it or you're not around it. But I told you, all this was to show that you don't know how to act. You got your job. This is the city. This is in the city. It's Chicago, in the city. This is what y'all do in the city. You get jobs of law, and y'all still gonna bang on each other. That's why they're getting taken off the streets and you guys are getting fired. That's why you guys are the face of dirty cops, meaning you're dirty because you can't uphold the law. You break the law, then when you put in place to uphold the law, you still break the law. It's a reason why your cities are desolate. They have proved to be trespassers with no boundaries, and they prove to be individuals that don't listen. Consequence of sin. All right? Consequence of sin is don't do right. All right? Let's go. Definition: to overstep. Overstep. We talk about trespassing. For those who didn't know what trespassing means, is what it means. All right? Trespassing means when you go outside of your moral compass. To overstep, to deviate, or act unfaithfully against God. Hold up. To act unfaithfully against God, neighbors, or established laws. I didn't get that laws. See, I know you're not religious, but you didn't get that laws and righteousness go hand in hand because the laws make you righteous. But I tell you, shit, if you just stick by the law, you'll be righteous. You'll be right. It don't matter what you do. Like I say, when I give out these clues, your beliefs and practice supposed to be in your home. You can do whatever you want in your home. When you come outside, your righteousness will be seen according to how you deal with the law and how you deal with people. It's that simple, y'all. That's what this whole shit is based on. That's why America is the land of freedom. But what y'all don't get a lot of this pain come from these past couple hundred years is because the people won't get it right. America is a place to be free, but they understand Americans are big ass kids. Every time we let the country be free, they got no fucking compass. Even though we got all these Masons, we got all these trained school of thoughts, we got educational campuses, all races. But in the 1900s, the alcoholic problem, whole America become alcoholics. Every era, they keep getting caught up in all this behavior, where it's been proven in American history they can't do both. They can't party and take care of business. This is the facts of America, meaning they can't control their balance and they don't have no concept of time. They will party at night knowing they got to go to work tomorrow. Get it? They will take a vacation at the wrong time of the year when they should be saving. These are the things that keep destroying America. When I told y'all simple things like America is not ready for democracy, because democracy means you got to be free and how to conduct yourself at all times. A democracy really means when people understand how to judge themselves accordingly to law. That's why it tells you this is not just a spiritual thing, it's a physical thing. It's a law thing. It's all around the board. That's why I'm trying to show y'all. I'm going to now give out a recipe for people that know success. They know all about this shit, y'all. People that know success know you have to live a certain way to win. All right? It's people that know they have to walk a certain way. Why you think of some people, hi, honey, I'm home. They just do what they're supposed to do. They don't do all the extra shit, and they be prosperous. Now, they might start messing up after they get to a certain level, but they understand this marriage, everything in my life must work on full cylinders straight ahead for me to get where I got to go at. So in order for that to happen, as a man, I got to do everything right because I'm the one that can fuck everything up with my bullshit. Other people know that. I'm not sacrificing my life for no side piece. I'm not messing up my bank account. I'm not getting no divorce. I'm not messing up my mortgage. I'm not messing up my futuristic plans that I got planned with my wife and all this other shit for no woman. They trying to get somewhere. I'm gonna tell you again, this is what people didn't get. Marriage, relationships, y'all, are based on success, not love. When you with somebody, it's about how successful y'all gonna be together, not how much y'all gonna love each other forever. Told y'all that's part of growing up, y'all. All the simplicity of things was never told. We're gonna get into all of this. So as I'm getting into all these different things, I'm gonna be getting into many different things to try to help people get back to reality fast. I'm trying to give you a shortcut to get back quick. All right. So relationships are based on success, y'all. That's what they based on, how successful we gonna be. Nothing else. The love keeps it together. All right, the love is the glue. But no, that's not what it's based. A relationship is based on success. Marriage is supposed to be based on success. Not we just together. All right. So I'm saying that because every point has proven to be failed. So trespassing against God, what is that? Violating his moral law, basic stuff, requiring guilt. See that? Guilt. When you live a foul life, you always got guilt. So you always going to be a trespasser to God. You always going to be an outcaster because it's the life you live. And I want y'all to get this shit clear. When I tell you, it's not about judgment. The things you do in life are the things you do that destroy you. It's a plan, see? You're going to live a foul life of darkness and secrets and filthy shit. Now you got to encompass all of that and keep it amongst you so it won't get out. That's your misery. All right? Everybody else has their compass in order. It's very clean. And they get to indulge in other things. And when they go outside of that, they also have something to come back to. All right? That's home base. All right? The square is home base. So being on the square is more than what people thought it was. The square is where all things are real at. You never destroy the square. What is wrong with you? So that's how it works. You don't shoot yourself in the foot. You don't shoot yourself. You don't destroy yourself. Why are you going to destroy your own empire with your bullshit? Arrogance. You have been trespassing amongst yourself and amongst in your own household. You're a trespasser. You with that. You say that's your family, but you're not with them for real. You go home. You're a foreigner. You live double, triple, quadruple lives. Stop it. That is not your home. All right, then. Now I'm showing you this right here. Moral law, y'all. Basic stuff. You know right from wrong. So I told you, you're judged by moral. You're judged on your own self. That's the biggest thing you were never told. Against people, harming another, stealing, breaking trust, require making right. This is called when you trespass against people. See, it's different levels. You trespass against people. You trespass against God. So now look at people doing all these things every day for years and years and years. Okay, now to break it up to date for you, for my people that's into Greek, my people that's into Hebrew teachings, let's look at it. Greek and Hebrew terms, often translated from Greek, a false step, falling beside, which is what? Trespassing. In Greek, it's called what? A false step. We also call it perpetrating fraud. Not doing what you're supposed to do. Let's go. Falling beside, or Hebrew, unfaithfulness, Hashem, guiltism. Anytime you living in guilt and shame, you taking false steps every day because you're not on the righteous path. The code word to righteous path, opposite is false steps. I'm going this way, you going that way. What the fuck you going there? You lost. No matter how many steps you take, you're going the wrong way. That's why they false steps. It's leading you nowhere, guys. Each step you take, it goes to a destination. Do you know where you're going? And that's why it's a song by Gangstar Guru. He said, it's a long way to go when you don't know where you're going. You don't know where you're going when you're lost. You're off that path. I give you all these sayings about you so far to limbo, you don't know how to get back home. And then I start telling y'all hints like what? People can't even move in this country without a GPS. They cannot move without a GPS. But that also was a sign most of those people don't have moral compasses. They lost all around the board. Get it? Guess what? Even a person who got they shit together, you gonna do what? Excuse me, you know I can go at me and you don't, some of y'all don't need GPS because you had no problem asking somebody as well. And guess what? You don't need no GPS because not only would you got to ask somebody, you can process information. Okay, go down 95 till you get to this exit. You're gonna see Route 38. You turn off that way. You're like, okay, I got you. All right, because your mind is a computer. Guess what the other thing is, y'all? The more you don't store up your brain with sin and filth, the more your brain becomes stored up with positive information. It's just information that success, information you need, information that helps you. Because your brain is a computer. You store a lot of evil shit. Or remember, when you got to harbor all this dirt and filth, your brain is occupied with dirt and filth. You can't process the good shit like that. So I'm telling you, it's a reason why things are the way they are. You like an old computer from 1996, jammed up with all this obsolete shit that's irrelevant, been crashed, all fucked up in the trash. Don't even work. Everybody else, non-core processing. Quick. Yeah, y'all, that's what it's about. So I want y'all to get a clue of this shit. Breaking curses. It is so many scriptures that talk about curses. Why are we talking about curses? The opposite of blessings. The desolate city is the sign of the curses. Now, y'all gonna get this part clear. The blessings of the city was what? When everybody was having fun winning. Everybody having fun winning. You reap the blessings of the city. You were getting money, stacks, designer clothes, restaurants, beautiful lavish living, making it rain. You was reaping the blessings of the city. Shopping, buying jewelry. You know what I'm saying? Paying your rent paid, bills paid, cable. You just living your life. You online, social media, posting. You reap the blessings of the city. It made you look good, right? You was feeling yourself. You was doing your thing in Chicago, New York, in Miami. You reap the blessings of the city. So you enjoyed the blessings, but you don't want to accept the curses, huh? But now we at the curses. The blessings are gone. That's what it's about. You saw the city when it was blessed. You remember coming outside, everybody got something. No matter what we ain't gonna talk about where it came from. You remember coming out, all these different cars, people got rims, cars blasting, everybody just doing good, expensive shit. Oh man, everybody's just so good. Y'all know what I'm talking about. We call it flossing. We call it balling. Everybody happy doing their thing, right? Was no righteousness nowhere. Nobody was thinking about nothing righteous, y'all. So it's a price to pay. Desolation. So the meaning, did you store any of that shit up you had? Did you store it? Did you keep anything for a better day? Did you do get it? All right. Those were your blessings. Them days were your blessings. Remember all that money you had? Did you put anything up? But now you're going to deal with these curses. So I tell y'all, you can't have it both ways. Breaking the curses mean stop the bull, stop following the nonsense that you know for a fact don't work. That is the generational curse. But once you, lady, you're living just like your mother, you didn't break the curses. Young man, you're doing exactly what your father did. You didn't break the curses. You just kept the shit going. The only way to break the curses, you got to be opposites. And when I say opposite is this, let me get this right. Your family was so religious, but they never understood the shit. You got to be the one to understand it. That's breaking the curses. See, don't get it twisted when I say you're supposed to just do everything opposite of your family. Nah, I ain't saying that. Your family imputed the right things in you. So when I say your family, I'm talking about your parents. If you ain't had parents, your grandparents. If you ain't had grandparents, your aunts. If you ain't had aunts, somebody that was real close to you. Always put the right things in you. And I'm definitely talking about before you're 18. That's really what I'm talking about. Before you're 18, good things are installed in you. But when you turn 18, you start making your own decisions. That's where you start going wrong at. But To break the generational curse, you have to do everything opposite of what your family did and do. However you do it. Because they are part of your curse. They are the generational curse on y'all is you stick with your whole generation, your whole life, and y'all just be in this big ass cult. Y'all generations are cults because y'all never learn to be individuals. So even when you succeed, you go back to that same cult family for acknowledgement. You go back to that. You escape that family. See, you kept putting on the hood. It ain't the hood, dummy. It's your family. Your family lived in that hood. That hood had nothing to do with your life. It's your family. It's your household. Your neighborhood had nothing to do with your household. A neighborhood got different households, a different energy in every house. I learned all that shit young. That's why I want to be at my friend's house right here because he got it made. His mother nice, and they got a lot of shit, and they cool. I like their family household. My other friend, he cool as shit. He got a lot of drama in their house. I don't like their house. So I always knew about households, bro. I knew a lot of shit early, man. I was telling you I was smart young. Why my life like this? Why his life like that? Why his mother buy him all them Jordans, and my mother don't buy me no Jordans? Why his mother buy him Jordans, and he got a brother and no father, but he get more than me, and I got a mother and a stepfather. I thought he get more than me. So I look like that young, y'all. Questions. No, some people live a better life than others, man, from the household, from your goddamn parents. So as you get older, you don't do what they did, you do better than them. Because we were taught good shit, we were taught the right thing, but we also was taught failure. This the catch. We were taught failure in many different forms of good. We were taught failure in forms of it's okay. You want no failure? After 18, you're going to get out. What you going to do? Go to college, go to school, graduate? Okay, we taught we got to do something, but we was never taught what to do. You get what I'm saying? You had to figure it out. We were not supposed to have to figure life out after 18. It was not supposed to be like that. We were supposed to have a foundation to stand on. A lot of us didn't have that. So that's why that's the ritual of your life. The ritual of your life is trying to get back right, meaning you're trying to get on the square. You're trying to get right. That's what life journey is about, trying to get right. So the righteous path will always have you on the path of being right. In our world, we say right and exact. Not about just being right, about being right and exact. A perfect square, a perfect 360 measurements. Perfection. Meaning, you're never going to be perfect, but you strive for perfection 24/7, 24/7, 24/7. Every day. Somebody try to knock you off your square every fucking day. Whether it's a bill, a person, it don't matter. What you going to do about it? All right. That's why it's different levels. Some people going to crumble. Some people are marble. Some people are granite. Some people are made of goddamn dust, clay. All right? Everybody's not solid. You understand that, you'll make it. How the hell you going to build with motherfuckers ain't even solid? You get it? No, y'all, you got to break this shit down in everyday life. It's reality, man. You just got to play with it. You got to get in tune with it. Because the way this shit works, guess what? The truth is only revealed to the righteous, y'all. The more you want to be right, things open up for you. That's how it works. Things open up for you. It tell you it's a game. The more you do right, things just open up to you. Things start falling in your lap. Things come right to you. Cause it's not it came right to you. You was on the right path. And you found it. You came across it. It was available to you. But because what? You know what the other path lead to. You already know that. You mastered the other path. You already mastered the darkness. You know what I'm saying? You already took the blindfold off, fool. What you gonna do now? All right, that's where we at. Individual. That's why I say ain't no we. Individual. What made that man do that to that man as an individual? He didn't have no control of himself. You can look at it right now and say, it was not that damn serious. Because it's not. But when you got two men, both lost, both off the path, both don't know shit, what else they gonna do? So now that was the judgment. Because that's why I showed you the desolate city also applied with the law-abiding citizens. The law-abiding citizens and the people that execute the law. The cities have become corrupt, y'all. That's why they desolate. All right? It's a reason why it was government layoffs. There's a reason why. This country was built off righteousness, y'all. It wouldn't matter what you think. After the wars, after the blood, whatever you want to say, it was peace treaties. It was a form of righteousness that had to be fulfilled in order for it to work. So it's going back to that. That's why I say it was a process. It only the strong are going to survive. It was a test of faith. Have against the have-nots mean if you have everything you need and you have everything in your life, man, you ain't never gonna have it all. But if you hit, I say the key word is have everything you need. You're not desolate. People who are in a desolation, they're not gonna have nothing they need. They always gonna be lacking 3 or more things. Because they gotta feel this pain, y'all. They felt the pleasure, they have to feel the pain. And now this when they see that everything they loved could not help them or save them or spare them. That is reality. When I say reality, that which you are not going to escape. That is the whole concept of the door. Some things you just got to go through. You got to face it. You got to go through tunnels. You got to go through it. There's no way around it. Y'all know that. There's no way around it. That's what the real people know. See what I'm saying? So just know it's about being better. And I'm telling everybody because we're going to a time, everybody's headed towards this perfection thing now. That's what I'm telling you. Nobody, you're going to see this whole year. I get to finally explain it all. You didn't see nobody breaking nothing down, explaining nothing. You didn't see a lot of people babying nobody this year. You'll see it was like a lack of information and increasing of dumb shit. The dumb shit is for the people who are desolate. To give them their last false something to hold on to, y'all. But it don't exist no more. All right? The phase has happened. You watch 2 worlds collide. Look at it as a movie scene. When a scene fades out, it turns black, and then a new scene comes in. 2026. So I try to give my part of giving it to y'all as clear as I can, but that's where we at now, y'all. And everybody knows that's on the right path. So on that note, I'm going to holler at y'all. Guess what, y'all? I'm going to do a live after this, so y'all meet me on the other side, and we're going to keep this going, probably have some laughs. But other than that, keep your head up. If it don't apply, let it fly. And understand this one thing, you can't save everybody. That's in the story too. It's not meant for you to save everybody. It's meant for you to save your damn self. You can try to help people, but you got to save yourself. That's why I always tell you, it goes back to that square. No such thing as more than one person on that square, is it? How more than one person going to occupy one square? No, it comes down to you. But once you're strong, you can hold people up. You can pick people up. I ain't going to say hold them up. You can pick them up. That's about it. You know what I'm saying? You can lead somebody to the porch, but you can't make them go in that house, right? All right. So understand that. I'm going to holler at y'all. Hopefully people got something out of it. We out. 1.